So 4 of them in the stalls at the mile and 3/4 start, the full Ebor distance ahead of them, and slowest to get out was the grey AlQareem, who gave them a couple of length start, and it's the nose-banded AlQareem who perhaps predictably leads them through the first furlong. Absurd with the pink cap, handy under Danny Tudhope. The white-faced El Cordobés taking the trail from the leading half of the field, and AlQareem, having just been a little bit slow to gather stride, is the early back marker held up by James Doyle as they now link up with a round course, having completed the first quarter of a mile of this Skybet race to the Ebor Grand Cup. The win, and you're in for the Ebor. Single file stuff at the moment, and it's a fairly modest 33-34 miles an hour towards the end of the first half mile, and that pace being set by Clifford Lee aboard AlQareem too. The former Ebor winner Absurd racing with enthusiasm on the tail of the leader, El Cordobés stalking them, and AlQareem sits at the back of the quartet. Continuing progress across the nose mile. They've just gone through the 1.25 Juddmonte International start, and now they begin to bear left-handed. And AlQareem, with the run of things so far, the other 3 quite happy to take the lead. Absurd closest to the pace, couple lengths away to El Cordobés, and on the right of the picture, AlQareem is still patiently ridden by James Doyle. Approaching the halfway point now. The pace has been a fairly even one. AlQareem with enthusiasm on the sharp end. Absurd, who himself was keen through the early part of the race, has settled a little better now in the slipstream of the leader. And AlQareem just being taken up on the far side by James Doyle to race alongside Will Buick aboard El Cordobés inside the last 3/4 of a mile, and beginning the sweeping left-hand bend back towards home. AlQareem has made every inch so far. Leads by a couple of lengths to Absurd, and then AlQareem in third. El Cordobés now just last of the quartet as they straighten with a final half mile in sight. AlQareem off the last part of the bend. Absurd yet to be popped the question. Away to the left, however, James Doyle is much more animated on AlQareem, and Buick now just shaking up El Cordobés in 4th place, asking him to try and close as they move on down towards the last 3 furlongs. AlQareem with a dwindling lead. Absurd now pink cap moving up threateningly. El Cordobés on the right. AlQareem responding to pressure on the left. They've still got over a 1/4 mile to go. AlQareem is digging in under pressure here, and now Danny Tudhope for the first time shakes up Absurd to try and get past the pace setter. El Cordobés a couple lengths down at one pace, it would seem, in third. Still up for grabs as they come inside the furlong. AlQareem is very plucky. He's fighting off the attentions here of Absurd, who got to his quarters, but is now further behind than he was 200 yards back. And AlQareem makes every inch and lands a potential place in the Ebor. Sees off Absurd with El Cordobés back in third, and eased off AlQareem last of the quartet. So from start to finish, a well-judged front-running ride from Clifford Lee aboard the 6-year-old AlQareem in the colours of Nick Bradley Racing. And for Carl Burke, locking horns again with Absurd. When they met at Chester, AlQareem finished ahead of Absurd, and it's been the same outcome here at York this afternoon.
He's a lovely horse, AlQareem. He's made the running in many races in the past, and quite a similar performance in a sense. Adele, I'll start with you because I know this probably hurts you more than most, because you were extolling the virtues of what a beast he's been at home.
I think that's what I'm more annoyed myself, is that I've seen him a couple of times. I was tacking a horse up in the stable next door to him, and I honestly thought it was a lion in the stable next door, because he was just like, he was bouncing around the stable, he was so fresh and well in himself. And that was before he ran at Chester, where there was a little bit of a question mark about the ground within that day as well. But I think that day he showed just how tough he was. But he's very hard to get by when he's from the front, and he had the £5 penalty today as well, so he had it tougher than the others. And to be honest with you, is there really that many excuses in behind? I thought Clifford went quite a nice, even gallop. Yeah. Just nothing really got into it from behind. Absurd tried, but he didn't quite pull him back. But to be honest with you, he hasn't reversed the form from Chester. But look at him, AlQareem. He's just so tough and honest.
Clifford's got the fraction spot on, hasn't he? He didn't go hard in the first stages, made a couple of them keen, then sort of let them roll round the home bend. I think Danny Tudhope thought, I can pass him at one point, probably if he out-quickened him, went past him with that speed. but AlQareem's too tough. He outstayed Absurd in the end, and that class shone through. As you say, Adele, he's given the rest weight as well. He is an amazing horse. He's so tough, and Clifford they get on so well.
We'll give a mention to Danielle, who rides him out, because I know she absolutely loves him. She will be thrilled to bits, and she does have a bit of a hard time with him at home sometimes. He can look a bit keen at times. There she is. Oh,
Danielle
arms
Mooney,
in the air.
fine
Look,
rider
hugs
herself.
from the owner.
Fine rider herself.
Yeah.
Let's hear from the winning rider.
Yeah, we're getting casted in here. It's absolutely hilarious. Can't wait to get into winning closure. Clifford, firstly, just talk us through it.
It was great. He done everything right. We thought the ground just might be a little bit too quick for him, but no, once I had an easy lead in front, and then quicking up round the bend, I felt like I probably took a length out of the field a little bit.
He's just so versatile. Like, look at that lovely little loose ring bit, his little sheepskin noseband, just the type of horse that actually you'd really like to own.
Yeah, 100%. He tries very hard. I mean, if you had a bunch of horses like him at home with his mindset, it'd be an easy job, but no, he's a lovely horse to ride. He's very versatile. As you know, he's won on that ground today.
He is, and great for Carl as well. Carl Burke can always pull it out on a big day, can't he?
Yeah, no, 100%. Carl's very good at placing horses, and it pays off. He's doing very well.
I'll let you go, before our poor cameraman has to run backwards. Clifford, well done to you. I'm out of breath.
He is well loved, AlQareem, and you can understand why everyone who's associated with him appreciating his talents. And if you've backed him today, 9-2 looks generous now after the race.